What's going on, guys? I'd turn the camera on, putting a set of heads together here. And, yeah, got these all done. Did a little port work to these. Did the combustion chambers. We did a 3-angle valve job. Refaced our valves. We got some heavy-duty single springs, some chrome moly retainers, and some hardened keepers. We're going to go ahead and assemble these. We're going to blow them off real quick, get the dust off of them. Let me do that real quick, get the noisy part over with. Let me grab that blower there. Yep. It's already been cleaned up. Get all the loose stuff off of there. Set this one over to the side and make a little room here. So anyway, we got the cylinder head here. I just got done grinding the keepers. I think Easy Jeezy did a video on this. I'm not really sure. You can go check his out, but I'm going to touch on it a little bit. These are the keepers. This is your retainer. This is your valve. And these keepers are how the retainer is locked to the valve, using these grooves right here. However, on the stock keepers, they will touch. You want to go over to the grinder. I've already done these. And you want to grind the keepers until they have a little space in between them there, so you have a positive lock. If you don't grind the keepers, where you have a little bit of space in between the keepers, what happens is this valve will start beating up in here, and it'll tear these grooves up. And when you go to take the head apart, you won't be able to get the valve through the guide. You'll have to take a file and file these down, and then you can pull the valve through. The reason that happens is the keepers are trying to work loose. So that's why it's very important to grind the keepers. They won't come ground. It doesn't matter what brand you buy. Like I said, these are hardened, and they came not ground, and they had to be clearanced to get the proper fit. So it's something that almost never fits from the factory. You know, you have to grind those. So we're putting a little oil in the stem. We put a little grease in the grooves to make it easier to put our keepers on. So oil in the valves up with some Aeroshell oil. Give it some protection on break-in. So these heads are either going to go on the Super 1600 that we're building, or I had a YouTuber stop by and he needed a set of heads, and he wants to build a Super 1600, and these are the heads that we would use on that motor. He wants to assemble his own engine. I told him I'd help him with it, and that's fine. I encourage it. I don't mind helping you guys build motors. I always encourage you to build a 1600 to start with. You know, it's not a lot of clearancing and stuff, not a lot of hand work, so it makes it a little easier to get familiar with on the stockers. We have a set of high rev springs, they call them. They're silicon bronze. They're a better material. The wire's a little nicer, and there's a stock valve spring and the high rev spring. You can see it's got a little extra wind to it, and the coils have a little more distance between them. This spring's more ideal for a small camshaft, and we will be putting a small cam in this motor. Scat 35, C35 is probably what we'll use. It's a good cam for a little 1600 build. Usually on a spring, you know, you want to make sure that you find the top and the bottom. On these high rev springs, they're symmetrical top to bottom. On a factory spring, it'll have a tighter wind on the bottom than the top, and you always want to put the tighter wind to the bottom. I've used these springs quite a bit. The installed height should come out pretty much where we want it. So we won't need any spacer under the spring. The extra spring pressure is built into the spring on these. So let's start with an intake here. Again, we're using our keepers that we ground earlier. These are hardened keepers. The hardened ones are anodized black. So that's how you can tell if they're hardened or not. Hopefully nobody's making imitation hardened keepers. I usually buy mine from Berg. They're pretty decent. And you have to grind his the least, because he does actually cut them for a little clearance there before he sends them to you. Even if you're using a stock keeper, you want to make sure that you grind the keeper and get it to fit the groove. So it's been sort of a quiet day. Did some yard work today, and some weed eating and stuff like that, and stuff that I showed you guys this morning. Just been trying to catch up around the house, and yeah, I'm sorry about the whole brother of the roads thing. I sort of I was into the brother of the roads. I was watching Blue Roads videos there quite a bit for a while, and he does put videos up every once in a while. I do enjoy the Sunday morning stories, and hopefully you guys will go over there and check him out and pick a new brother of the roads. Like I said, probably haven't been the most ideal brother of the roads, and I apologize for that, because I really don't know what it entails. You know, I said that I wasn't going to raise taxes, and I didn't. But again, you know, those guys over there are really cool guys. A lot of them are musical oriented. You know, they're into the music, they're into the old cars, so it's a good blend with the YouTube garage. But it's a little different crowd, you know, and we all make videos for different reasons. You know, a lot of what we do in the YouTube garage is about sharing information and putting videos up that other guys can use and on their projects. There's one head, got our springs on there, chrome moly retainers, and the hardened keepers. And these heads do have some port work done on them. You know, I did port these. You got to do a little bit of port work if you want to make some decent power. So we did do some port work on these. That's one of the important keys to making some power with the stock valves and the stock head, is you have to do some port work and get the port working pretty good. But anyway, back to the brother of the roads thing. Hopefully, you know, some guys will go over there and you guys will pick somebody for the Brother of the Year award. Doesn't seem like it's been a year to me. I asked Andrea and she said no way. But you know, time flies when you're having fun. So I don't know. Might just be getting used to the time moving faster than usual. I don't know. Doesn't seem like it's been a year. And yeah. So I got a hood in today. A friend of mine painted that 51 Chevy that I put the clutch in. He's been working on that truck for, gosh, 3 years now. And he bought some paint from me. Well, he's bought all his paint from me. And he always seems to get most of the truck painted, but has a problem with something at the end. And he's having a problem fighting his hood. He didn't etch it first. Had some deals going on there. And the last time he painted it, he mixed the base coat 4-to-1 instead of 1 to 1.5. And if you mix base coat 4-to-1, 4 parts base coat, 1 part reducer, not only does it spray really bad, but it will never get hard. because there's not enough reducer in it to flash out. So anyway, he painted his hood, and he went ahead and buried the wet base coat. And I don't know how he got clear on it without it reacting, but he did. And got a problem here. There we go. But anyway, he had a reaction and started bubbling up, and I got into it. All the base coat's still really gummy, so I'm gonna have to get some aircraft stripper and strip the hood down and start over from the metal. So we'll be doing that next week. That'll be a fun little project. He brought all his own materials. Got some 42 clear to go on top of it, and then he's got some base coat left over. So we'll just concentrate on getting that thing stripped down to the metal. I gotta do some body work because I saw some Bondo. That's the one bad thing about using paint stripper. If it touches Bondo anywhere, the Bondo is no good, so it's gonna have to all be dug out. We'll have to start fresh with that one. So he says he's not in a hurry, but we'll try to get it done for him this week. We got the race coming up, so I haven't Gaten never stopped by this weekend. He said he was going to stop by, but I didn't get to see him, and I don't know if he's working in town this week and he's going to stop by or what's going on. But if I don't hear by the beginning of the week from Gaten, I probably just won't go to the race. Like I said, I'll work on getting my trailer and my truck ready, and then we'll go to a race. But we'll do it ourselves, you know, so we're not having to get somebody else to haul our car and all that good stuff. You know, sometimes that's a pain in the ass for people. Those were some cats playing. Let me grab my rubber hammer. Seat these springs in. Just check the install height real quick, make sure everything's good, and we'll be done with these bad boys. What's up, smokers? Making a lot of noise. Trying to make a video, kitty cat. Just give your springs a good tap. Make sure everything's good to go. Get my other head here. And we should be good to go. We got our chrome moly retainers on here, our high rev springs, 3-angle valve job. Let's go ahead and check my installed height real quick. We're good to go, and these heads are ready for the motor, or ready for some bags, depending on how we go with them. I'll give our YouTuber a call in the morning and see if he wants these. If not, we'll clean up a stock pair of cores and do some stock heads for him. But these are definitely the 1600 heads, you know. Got to do a little bit of port work. We went in there, they're still oval ports, but we did the exhaust ports, ported all the way through, did the bowls. Did the intake ports all the way through, relieved the bowls, 3-angle valve job, deburred the oil return area there, the valve cover area, and those should be pretty nice little set of heads there. It's very similar to what's on the blue car. So there we go, we got those done. Been meaning to get those done for a couple days. I'll throw them in a bag, give the guy a call tomorrow, and if he doesn't want them, we'll go right on to this 1600 we got in the stand over here. So we can finish this up. So, and if you want some stock heads, I think I found some of those too. We'll dig those up. Those definitely don't make the same kind of power though. Big difference between stock port and a port that's been enhanced. So there's our hood out there. I'm sure you can't see it. I started stripping it, but the paint is super gummy. and it was just gumming up my my stuff there. So put the stripping pad back on the buffer to go at it, but it just wasn't working out. It's just going to gum up too much sandpaper, so we'll just strip that bad boy with some aircraft stripper. So bumper left today, went bye-bye. So yeah, a chance to say hi to all the guys in the YouTube garage there. My Aerosport sticker is taking a dump on me. I think him and Tim's Beetle have something going on there. They have the only two self-disposing stickers in the garage. I forget where Tim's at. He fell off here finally, I think. I got one. Oh, there he is right there. Coming all loose on me. But anyway, Stone Furball, still need to call you, buddy. A couple guys I need to call in the garage. I still need to call Greg Porter too. Keep forgetting about that because I'm the absent-minded professor when it comes to calling people. So I'm going to work on that this week, guys, giving you guys some phone calls. I know there's a lot of guys that have called me, and you guys are really patient. I appreciate it. Had some stuff going on. Wasn't feeling really good for a while there, but back at it again. And I'll call you guys and get with you and find out what's going on. I think Greg Porter just wants to shoot the shit. I don't think it's anything serious, or he would have called me back. And Stone Furball wants to talk to me about some brake parts I want to buy from him for my Nova. So he's got the manual set up on that parts car. The rod from the pedal to the master cylinder is what I need, and the master cylinder and the proportion valve. Even if it's no good, I'd like to have the stuff just for fitment and core purposes. But yeah, that's where we're at. Another little item. My buddy that bought that Ventura is wanting to get out of it. You know, he paid. I think he paid $4,500 for the car, and that's what he wants for it. And that's a pretty nice car, man. It's got a really nice Pontiac motor, a brand new motor, brand new transmission, brand new 12 bolt. There's a fairly new set of well wheels all the way around on the car that didn't get burned up. It's got two excellent quarter panels on it, two decent front fenders. The hood would be, you know, body man special. You'd have to either sandblast it, whatever, to get that rust off of it. The car needs to be OSPO'd right now, you know, and get some rust killer on there, and either sandblast it or walnut shelled. And a lot of times that doesn't take the rust off, so it's going to have to be converted basically with like an OSPO or an acid type deal. But the fire was contained mainly to the inside of the car. You know, the shifter was burned down to the floor. The springs are showing on all the seats. The dash got burned off, but the belts, the hoses, all the clamps, everything's still on the motor. I don't think the motor got really hot. The fire originated at the carburetor. How it got inside the car, I don't know. But got two new bumpers on it. All the trim's new, all the moldings and stuff are new, and I think all that stuff will cross over to a Nova. And got a brand new brake booster, vacuum canister, all that stuff's new on that car. All new brakes. It's a disc brake car. No tubular control arms, but everything else is really nice on it. And yeah, the tag's like a month old on the car. It's a little older than that now, but Mike, just, it's too much for him. He doesn't want to tackle it. So I know I could fix the car with a roof skin. It needs a new roof for sure. It got water put on it when it was on fire, so it sucked the roof down. But a lot of good parts on that car. If anybody's interested in it, let me know. I can go do a video on it. And I think there's some old videos on my channel already of it, but if you guys want a fresh video, I can go over to his house and shoot that for you. But all the leaf springs and stuff in the back were brand new too. So really nice car for the money. If I had the money, I'd buy it and I'd finish this, and this old pig would have a Pontiac motor in it, and I'd be perfectly happy with that, because looks like a really nice motor. It's a 455 big block, you know, turbo 400. A nice 12 bolt, really nice drivetrain. The drivetrain alone is probably worth what the guy's asking for the car. And then if you add the wheels and everything else that's with it, it's got brand new Flowmaster exhaust, hooker headers, yeah, all that stuff. So anyway, that's what's going on. Let me go ahead and shut her down, wrap it up for the night. Got Soccer Rockers here. He's still hanging in there. I lost a couple cats. There's his brother. He's only got a sock and a half on the front foot. But yeah. So we're down on the cats. But we still got plenty. Alright guys, let me shut it off. It's just me and the crickets out here. It's sort of late, probably 11:30, 12 o'clock. I'll go ahead and upload this for you. Again, you know, I haven't really done a whole lot on the race car. I seem to be the only one excited about going racing, so it's never fun racing by yourself. A lot of you guys will know that's why a lot of people stop racing. My buddy Greg that lives in Pennsylvania, he was a diehard, man. He'd never miss a race, and he loved messing with his car. He was a suspension guru. So miss racing with him for sure. And yeah, I heard he's coming down here on vacation, so I'll have to introduce you guys to him. He's got a really badass shop in Pennsylvania there. They do a lot of dirt late model stuff and small blocks, 18-degree stuff. And he is one hell of a suspension guy, dude. I had him working for me when we were racing go-karts, and he could set a go-kart up or a stock car, it didn't matter. So sort of the unfair advantage is what we used to call them. But anyway, we did got a few parts for this though. We got some updated stuff, and this is the kind of deal that, you know, you can get ready to go racing, and it's real easy to drop $1,000 really quick every time you go to the track. So I guess that sort of works into what a race car is worth, you know, when you look at the value of it. But just coming up with the back tires and wheels, you know, you're looking at $1,000 there to come up with some sort of combination that'll work. And then you got transportation to the track, entry fee, fuel, and anything that you might burn up, you know. So still thinking that I might want to take all this stuff out of here and put it in a street car where I can enjoy it more and don't have to beg for a ride to the track and all that stuff and find somebody to go with me. It's just easier to jump in your car and turn the key and have some fun. What do you think, Smokes? Damn, you're a big son of a bitch. All right, boy. We're going to say goodnight. And you guys have a great day. And we'll see you tomorrow. I'll be sure to turn the camera on. And you guys try to do the same.